right, we got Kyle and Zach from DixieFilth here.
Hey.
Howdy.
Welcome back to No Concession Sessions.
Good to be here.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you.
Y'all, do you both work around here? I met this man first in the restaurant, having a meeting about a barbershop months ago. It was cold outside.
It was cold outside.
Yeah. Well, and then how about you, bud? You from around here?
I am from around here. Born and raised Winchester. Yep. And I'm a sales manager at Harley Davidson dealership here.
Right on. Very cool.
Yeah.
Good, cool jobs on both.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know how cool old in the barbershop is, but
Dude, that's cool.
yeah, your
Yeah,
job's
sounds-
way.
They made movies about it, dude.
Yeah, but his job's so much cooler, man. Come on now. I just get to listen to dudes complain about their wives.
I do too, and then they just buy a motorcycle.
Right on, man. That's awesome.
It's very therapeutic.
You can be.
So y'all coming to play on the 4th,
November 4th.
Thankfully.
And this is your first show in how long?
4 or so years.
A long
Yeah,
time.
we took a hiatus. You know, a couple of us had kids. A couple of us got hitched.
Life.
You know, life. There was some, you know, we'll say dysfunction in the band whatsoever. You know, whatever you want to call it. But you know, time came to be, and everybody got the itch, and
Nice.
We put a well-polished piece together.
yeah,
and
we're just ready to come back and, you know, kick ass like we used to.
Life is in cycles and seasons sometimes. And
It is.
I think that some of the best music is made that I like to listen to. It has a lot of time in between. I mean,
Yeah,
as a Tool fan, you can speak to that. Good
Sure,
God
right.
Almighty.
you've been waiting.
But you know, when it's that fire gets ignited and it's now an outlet, and it doesn't seem forced around them same group of people. Energy's important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And feeling excited to
Yeah.
do it again.
Oh, yeah.
I feel you. And children, man, 0 to 4 is super important.
Yeah, that whole
Takes a
first
lot of-
4 years is so important.
Yeah.
It is. It's so important. And after that, you're like, all right, I'm done with this. No,
Yeah.
I'm just
Towards
messing.
it, yeah.
All right, let's have some fun again.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I'm ready to go do some shit again.
Yeah, I may because I mean, as soon as a kid comes around, just like you can stay awake when you used to not be able to,
Yeah.
and like then you have more self control than usual, and then after a few years of that, you're like, man, gotta kind of get out in the woods or do something. And
You
if
just got to do something.
yeah, and if you
Yeah.
know how to play guitar, then that seems like a really
Yeah,
good
let's
thing. You
channel
might
it
want to
into
do.
that.
Yeah,
It is, man. And you know, it sucks that, like, you know, when the burnout came, when like life happened, we were, you know, pretty high up at the top in the local area. I mean, we've always, you know, pulled bigger crowds. Everyone has always seemed to like it. It's a very unique style of music, right?
Right.
You don't hear Southern metal often. In fact, when people ask like what genre is the music and you say Southern metal, most people are like,
Uh-huh.
what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Because, and I get it, you know, but I think the uniqueness of the music makes a lot of people interested in it because they've never heard something like it before. You know what I mean?
for sure. Yeah, I think me and my crew, when we hang out in like the mountains, and we're always playing metal out in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
loud as shit. And
Yeah.
it feels like that southern feeling of just being around a fire. And like when I look at your imagery and listen to your music, that's why I was like, what is DixieFilth? And I checked it out. I was like, all right,
Yeah, it
What
makes
happened?
sense.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing, man, because now it's like they don't get it until they hear it or see it. And they're like, oh, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
now I get it.
Yeah.
And that's cool. That's cool. Because it's always the same thing. Like, I've never heard nothing like it.
Yeah.
So that's a compliment, especially in nowadays metal world where damn near everything sounds the same. You know what I mean? So,
What are y'all's biggest influences? I mean, not speaking for everybody, but you two.
Well, I think that's part of what makes DixieFilth kind of come together as a collective so well is that we all have such a wide array of music that we like. But Kyle and I are you know, we're kind of close on the same page, I would say, as far as what our musical influence is, except I have a lot of like rock influences that I've never been able to pass along to Kyle. Hey, listen to this alt rock band. And he's like, no. But I don't really think, you know, with influences with us, it's, I mean, what do you think, Kyle?
the thing with is every one of us was a country kid.
Yeah, 90s country.
Every one of us was a country kid, and every one of us grew up on the same kind of country music. And I think when you're raised in the South, in the country, in a country family, listening to country music, you do have a lot of core values that click with each other, right? Just so happens we're all metalheads too. You know what I'm saying?
Mixture,
yeah.
So why not mix the two, man? So, every influences, everything like we all love Alan Jackson. We all love Dwight Yoakam. We all love Aaron Tippin. We all love, all of those country dudes that, we all love Brooks and Dunn. Right. Everybody loves Brooks and Dunn.
And the cool thing is, like, you take some of those older country songs, right, and that are pretty, like, heavy guitar driven, so like baritone guitar, like a twangy sound. It's like, all right, well, you just crank the gain to 10 on that, throw some double bass behind it. You have it. Yeah. Like,
so the riffs that we play are not even necessarily difficult.
No.
A lot of it are the lead that you would hear on a 90s Clint Black song with that baritone guitar. It's just with a whole lot of ass behind it. You know what I'm saying? So like they click, you know what I mean? And so stuff like that, huge influence. I couldn't possibly sit here and say that, bands like Pantera or bands like Maylene and the Sons of Disaster didn't have a massive influence on our sound, because it did.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
That being said, we don't sound like either one of them either. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, somewhere, there's that. But like he had said earlier too, like a lot of us have other influences. Our vocalist George, he's got a really wide array of all the stuff he listens to. Same for Nate and him get along with the alt rock stuff, and it's a little bit here and there. But for the most part, it all comes down to just country and metal.
Yep.
And you mix the two, and you get us. So
that's awesome. On that, the song that you all just posted with the video,
Hell on Wheels.
Yeah. Is that something you sitting on for a while, or is that?
It was.
Cool.
It was sitting on it for a couple of years, actually.
That song started as like just an inspiration piece where we were messing around with alternate tunings, and I had just downloaded with any kind of DIY home recordings. You use a lot of programmed drums, so I was just programming things in, and I was like, this kind of sounds like bouncy. And I just wrote like a 30-second little clip, and we just always just kind of had it in the back of our head, and then the song kind of evolved, and then we just kind of built our comeback kind of around that.
Yeah, because you can't take an extended hiatus and come back with the same shit.
No,
right?
You can't. It's lazy. It sucks. It's flat. You can't do it. So you got to come back with something new, and that just felt like the right one.
It was a cool song that we could, like with the video, with the imagery that we had. I mean, that the whole concept behind it just all flowed so well together.
Yeah.
That
and it's a perfect middle ground to a lot of the newer music that we have too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have some songs that are a little mellower than that. We have some songs that are significantly more aggressive than that.
Right.
That was a good middle ground. It just felt right. Like he said, it clicked with the video idea, and it was that had to be the one that we at least did first before we tried to do a comeback. Luckily, we posted the teaser video for it, and that's when I heard from you.
Yeah, dude.
And that was, if I'm being honest, that was incredibly complimentary to us to not have played for so long, just tease a video, and to hear from the biggest, newest, best venue in town. It was flattering.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, well deserved. I was listening to it in its entirety on my way in one day. Got down here in Cameron.
Oh, damn, I spilled beer all over my face.
There's something that happens towards the end. It's like not where you would expect a breakdown. I don't know if that's an outro piece to the bridge. It gets real funky breakdown. You know what I'm talking about in that song? I didn't write the minutes.
Is it where the
it
song slows down a little bit?
Yeah, and it gets real choppy there, and I didn't expect it.
That was the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
we actually we wrote that song without like a breakdown in it. It didn't have
Yeah.
anything like that in there. So we were, if I remember right, you correct me if I'm wrong, but we were like practicing. It's like we should just put a breakdown in this that like nobody will see coming.
we were like, something's got to go here. Let's just make it kind of come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't even have to be any crazy triplet technical death metal. No, you know what? That's not who we are anyway. But like, as long as it comes out of nowhere and it's something you want to bang your fucking head to, that's all it needs to be. And then you can pick right back up into the song, which is what happens.
So, right. Yeah. You get in the groove.
Yeah.
That's cool. And then I came up here, parked, got out. I was playing that shit loud. And I was like, man, it's cool. It came out of. I usually don't expect. Usually you lean in on the breakdown sometimes, and it wasn't lean like you didn't need. It didn't need it, but then when it had it, it was like bonus.
Yeah,
it is a pet peeve to almost smell a breakdown coming.
Exactly.
I'm like, I'm tired.
I'm not that I hate it.
I don't either.
I like it.
I mean, there are bands.
I have no problem. Look. We love Carnifex, right?
Yeah. You know they're gonna have a break. That's what
you know it's coming, and you know they're gonna slow it down in the next 8 bars, right? You know it's coming.
It's all you're waiting
but
for.
I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
It's
you know
good.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's it's always cool when you hear that stuff come out of nowhere sometimes.
I look forward to hearing more. Then when I got back in my car, my phone defaulted to a Moana song.
Nice.
But I didn't turn the volume down because the guys are out here working and shit. So I came in cranking the metals. I'm gonna have a good fucking day. It was a nice fucking breakdown out of nowhere. Stop the car, push start. You know what I'm saying? They come back in, push on.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, Moana was on blast. I was like, shit. Turned it down real quick. Like,
hey, dude, I have 2 girls. I get that.
Yeah.
Like, why did it default to that song? I wasn't even listening. Oh, I know why. Because I was listening to the video. And you know what I'm saying? And I didn't even have my music open. So when I opened it, it was at the same level. And it was ready to go. Right on. So I didn't dig any deeper into what was happening with the rest of an album. Is it going to be?
There will be.
Okay, cool. So you were speaking about how that one was in the middle.
Yeah, there will be, and there will probably, we've only ever put out I think 4 or 5 song EP, and that was at the beginning, which the band started in I think 2011, 2012. So. It's been a long time. It was certainly before streaming platforms, which is why it's not on there. You know what I mean?
Right.
But some of them songs will make it onto because they heard a lot of the people that enjoy our music heard those songs for so long. Right. They will wind up on the record that we do, but there'll be a whole lot of new stuff that no one's heard either. So
So how do you work it out with time management? I think that's the key at this phase in the game.
That's the problem, man. Right, we're not young, right? A lot of young kids in the music scene now, they're fucking killing it.
Well, I think the thing that makes it easy for like how to manage your time, because we've really got it nailed down where we all have Sunday afternoons, or that's our day that we all collectively get together and we'll practice, pitch ideas. But I think the thing about today's day and age that makes it so nice is that anybody that has a computer, I can we'll track a guitar riff. What do you think of this? I'll send it to Kyle. So on our own time, we can kind of come up with different ideas and things and work on those. So we don't actually, I'll have to have, hey, let's get all 5 of us in a room and write this song. You can kind of do it in pieces. And I think that helps us a lot.
It does. It helps a whole lot, man.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he said. It's just been we finally found the right formula.
Yeah.
It took a minute. It took a minute because we're older, 35, 36, what have you. But
Kyle would send me something, and then a year later it hadn't moved, because it just gets away from you. It's tough.
Yeah, this kids, wife, family, it happens, man.
Should make for good content.
It does. Yeah. Sure does. Absolutely.
It makes you appreciate it more, I think.
Yeah. So how's the shop going down there?
It's good, man. I'm grateful to have such a loyal clientele base. We opened with balls to the wall practically. You know what I mean? Like it was nonstop right from the start. So
it's such a cozy little shop too.
Yeah,
it's a cool place just to go. I went in there early. He's like, hey, come over when you get off or whatever. So I'm in there for 45 minutes, but it feels like it's just a place you can go. I mean, they got cool decoration. You got the the taxidermy stuff. And
Yeah.
but it's just such a cool shop. Like you almost just want to go there to hang out, you know.
And that was honestly the point. Like there's no offense to any of the other, run of the mill barber shops in the area, because they all do their job. They're all good at what they do. They've been around for a long time. There's a reason for that.
Sure.
But there's never been anything too different in a barber shop. And if this is a historic old town district, why not do a throwback barber shop that feels like somewhere you just want to hang out at? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Create an environment that people just want to hang out at, and they will come. Luckily, I started with a full clientele, and it's just kind of grown from there. So that's why we named it the Commonwealth, because Commonwealth by definition means community. And that's what this whole old town is all about. It's all about that.
How long y'all been down there for?
Man, we signed the lease in December and didn't even open until June. It took a minute. I had some issues with a former employer, and it was an old building. Like that side of Old Town is 1700s, so it's old, and buildings are in not great shape. So it took a lot of time and a lot of money to get it going. And I was lucky enough. I've been completely lucky enough to partner with my business partners who are really the brains and the vision of all of it. I happen to be the one that has the barbershop sense. You know what I'm saying? That's where my job comes in.
How long you been a barber?
15 years.
How long you got to go to school for?
It's weird. It's weird here in the state of Virginia. They don't do things like other states. Here in the state of Virginia, there's no such thing as a barber license. Everything's a cosmetology license, which is why there's not a whole lot of barbers in this area.
Right.
Because it practically forces you to go to hair school, learn hair and cosmetology, perms and shit like that. Yeah. Shit, stuff you don't want to do. You know what I mean? To get your license to do it. So.
Well, that's all right, man.
Yeah.
You could always do an updo or something like that.
Yeah. And it sucks that there's not some kind of barbering license here in this state, but it's just a little bit harder to get it. And I don't know that everyone's willing to anymore.
When it's Zach's on hard, you say, "Hey, Uncle Kyle, you do these updos over here?"
Hey, he's cut my daughter's hair.
I'm gonna be the one coming over him asking him for a job at some point.
Yeah, I'll put you out back washing.
Let me wash because I can't build shit.
Right. Apply the perm to that beautiful beard of yours, man.
I could do that,
dude. That would be rad. It'd be like kind of like a Jerry curl beard thing.
Right. Wow, don't tempt me, bro.
Hey, man, that'd be like very piratey. Like very Blackbeardy.
That's a good one.
Are you at the Harley dealership up here off of?
Groves. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. It's one of the few female-owned Harley Davidson dealerships.
And it's
in
one
the
of
the biggest.
It's one of the last remaining like local-owned dealers too. I mean, a lot of the other ones are being bought out by bigger corporations, car companies, things like that. But yeah, Barbara's hanging tight with just the local ownership.
That's good. Yeah, I gave her a holler back in the spring. I told her she could just put any sort of motorcycle she wants in the middle of the monument here to have like a debut or a show. I think I confused her because I asked her about the electric one, right? Because we were trying to do the same with some electric vehicles and integrated infrastructure stuff. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that turned her off. She's like, "Nah, I ain't doing electric motorcycles." Only certain people even get the electric. Well,
those were weird. Like
I forgot what it's called now.
The live wire. Yeah, you've got to with those and you've got to set your dealership up to be an EV dealer, and there's a lot of costs involved in that and stuff. So it's just something that we opted out of. Well, yeah. The dealer's closer to the city. Yeah, go for it. But our bread and butter is the.
How many miles per gallon does a?
I mean, most motorcycles will get 40, 50 miles a gallon.
Even a big Harley.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So there ain't no need to go electric.
It's all in how you ride it too.
I think it'd be a lot of instant torque too. Probably people would die immediately.
Well, and electric motorcycles are stupid fast. And there's no gears, no clutch. You just twist the throttle and you're gone.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that'd be crazy, man.
Yeah, you've got 100% power delivery when you twist the throttle.
See, I would die on something.
There's no torque. There's no
silently because it don't make noise.
If you watch a dyno,
that's got to be weird too when it flies by you.
Yeah, especially when you crash, right? It's just There's no noise.
Yeah, they're cool though. I mean, I've been to a couple dealers that have had them and test ridden them, and they're impressive motorcycles, but they're not for everybody.
Yeah, tell boss lady she's welcome to put a couple bikes
Barbara,
in here.
Let's get some bikes in here.
Yes, put them in the middle of the monument. That'd be awesome, dude.
I think it'd be cool. Yeah.
So, go ahead. What are you saying, Chris?
Well, I was gonna say it's interesting. We were talking before, and it turns out that we have a mutual acquaintance / family member.
Oh yeah,
Y'all cousins?
No, you're talking about my Uncle Jody.
Oh, that's the man.
Yeah, Bloomfield.
Yeah.
Shout out Uncle Jody.
Yeah, he's good people.
Yeah, he is good.
A small world. I mean,
he's
that's a small
he's
world.
an A&R basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like Winchester's A&R.
He put the A&R in party.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
That's good, man.
So, what's the last show you played? Are you nervous to get out there and get after it?
Nah, I don't want to say it's nervous, but I think it's like it's probably the same thing with prize fighters. I know it's the same thing with pro wrestlers because I used to do it.
Yeah.
You were a pro wrestler?
Way back in the day.
Like
but,
WWE?
Yes, dude.
Yeah, but not on that level. Local.
Oh,
like indie circuit. You
Holy
know what I mean?
shit.
But like, there's always a like.
And Kyle's bad too, man.
There.
Did you ever get a fluorescent bulb broken on you?
You should see my back, but
Yeah.
Wow.
my back is nothing
dude,
but
that shit is
scars,
like-
man.
Cutting his forehead open, bleeding.
Yeah, you
everywhere,
can
dude.
see this. I got all the scar tissue on my forehead here. But
Poker
it's like
strike.
same thing like that. Like there's a knock the rust off
Yeah.
sort of situation, and then after that you're like, well, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't even know that it feels like that though, because we've practiced so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
We've been hard.
we've been practicing the whole year every week. You know what I mean? So
Right.
there's always, I think, going to be a little bit of knock the rust off nerves live. As for like playing, no, we're confident that we're gonna be just who we were, but better.
Yeah, we'll
Sure.
bring it.
Cool, man.
We're we do bring a little bit of a rowdy crowd, all right, now, because it's the one genre where you'll get the long haired camo pants, metalhead dudes, and you'll get the flannel, drinking ass rednecks, and they can fucking lock arms and just have a good time together. And both of them people like to fucking drink. So
I can,
y'all gonna probably
I can smell this.
yeah,
statement.
y'all are probably gonna make a whole lot of money at the bar that night. But it's just a rowdy crowd, man, and I can't say enough about Ashes of Everest, who we're gonna be playing with. Those in our absence, those dudes have been absolutely killing it. They're one of the best, if not the best.
Sure.
If not the best live band locally in the metal scene. And we're incredibly pumped to play with them. We're just, and to be honest too, man, War and Squidhammer go hard on the stage too. And there's nothing against, all of the deathcore bands that play to a click track, right?
Sure.
Where everything's perfect.
Super fast.
Everything's fast. Everything's perfect. Nothing wrong with that. But for us, it's about the energy. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
There's so many bands that we listen to, that you've been to, that put on the best shows, that like, I would rather them play a little sloppy as long as they got fucking wild. Unearth is a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
Even though they rarely fuck up. You know what I mean? But they're hammered on stage, right? And they're flying all over the place, and they're jumping off of cabinets that ain't even plugged in. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Because it's the energy and it's the show, and it's just, that's, you get that connection with the crowd when you're with that. And even if the music was, I'm not going to say sloppy, but even if it wasn't absolutely perfect, I would way rather that and have a band with energy than dudes just stand there and play perfect. You know what I mean? Nothing against the bands that do, because it sounds flawless and that's incredible. But for us, it's all about the fucking energy, man.
For sure, man. There's, I think, in
that is a show, right?
In music, there's two types. Well, I mean, if you're going to be complex and focus more on the theory and technicality, and I've worked with different guitar players before in the past trying to play music, and sometimes they'll get real stressed out. And
Yeah, because maybe their fucking laptop broke.
I don't know, man, all kinds of different shit. So, of the perfection. But in an orchestrated recording, there's certain times where I guess that's important.
Sure,
But
of course.
Sometimes, like, I don't know, when I think about seeing a Muir, Every Time I Die, or even a band from Atlanta that didn't make it long called Fight Paris. Some random, like Lamb of God is probably one of the exceptions. Of their music and recordings are insane.
Yeah, yeah.
And their live music seems to be insane.
Well,
but yeah, it's just different, man. It's like it's rock and roll, I guess.
I
think that sounds weird.
Perfect, no, that's a perfect way to
like
put
where you
it.
can hear some fucked up pickups.
Yeah.
Speaking of rock and roll,
yeah. No,
guys
that
tearing
is
up the
Jenga.
green tear up the green room.
Yeah. No, that is actually a pretty perfect way to put it. It's more raw. You know what I mean? It's raw, and that's people feel raw. You know what I mean? It's that I think resonates with live music better.
I think that's Kiss was not awesome musicians.
No, but they put on a crazy show.
But Kiss Live was an awesome album,
and that's
because
kind
it
of
was capturing, that energy. That's just rock and roll.
It is, man.
It's a situation.
Yeah, and having that not being so perfect gives you the opportunity to feed on the crowd a little more too.
Maybe Rush, Pink Floyd, Tool. There's some artists out there that their music live is good, but it takes a lot of production to do that.
Sure. I mean,
like you add a whole bunch of crazy shit, and then it all kind of comes together as one like visual sonic thing. But I don't necessarily think that's like where I'm getting super sweaty. People are getting fucking rowdy.
Sure, and
it's rock and roll.
We love me and Zach love After the Burial. Love them.
Yeah.
And they put on an incredible live show, but it is all like to the exact millisecond. The whole show.
Yeah,
and that's cool. It's I will never miss them when they come to town.
Right.
But the shows that you really remember are the ones that you felt in your chest. You know what I'm saying?
Well, for sure.
That's all I mean.
It kind of changes your life at that moment. Just you know what I mean.
You're one with the crowd.
Well, that's good. I think that's a really unique opportunity to have that lineup of those four bands because they all kind of seem to be different, but it's
gonna be a cool show.
All four of the bands on this card are different, and I love that.
Yeah,
I never like going to shows where every band is a copy of each other.
Sure.
And the fact that Ashes of Everest goes hard on stage.
Oh, for sure.
And ever since this show's been booked, I've watched videos on War and Squid Hammer, and they have an awesome stage presence, and they go hard.
Yeah, that female vocalist covered the Pantera yesterday.
Yesterday Don't Mean Shit. I saw that.
That was awesome.
But like
her voice is so powerful.
Bands like that got the energy on stage, man.
Right.
That's what we strive to be with. Love to share the stage with those dudes.
Sure. People are gonna have to eat their Wheaties that morning.
Fucking love
Drink
it.
lots. Make sure stay hydrated, guys.
Buddy, you better just buy all the Pedialyte.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
Pedialyte, bananas,
you got to
water.
You got to put a disclaimer out for the headliners because y'all are gonna. I mean, it's gonna be those are tough.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Some
so
tough
like
acts to follow, man.
You want people coming to Winchester and you and the people be hype as shit, and then that way you can get to go to their towns. Or meet someone that knows them in their town. It's all about just hosting the fight, if you will.
It is, man, and we've been lucky enough that any national band, any national act that we've ever played with, always had the same compliment for us: is man, y'all brought it, and I've never heard anything like it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I don't know that you can get a better compliment than that.
I'm stoked to see. Oh yeah. Y'all have any questions about the monument, man? Or anything that's going on? Anything you're curious about?
Man, not that I can think of. I mean,
not generally any questions, but like when we kind of.
You've never been in here before.
Really? It's your first time?
I've stepped in foot in the door.
Jody didn't bug you to come to one of the shows, man? What's going on?
To make country music sad again.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't get you in here, huh?
Well, it's just it's the thing. Like I was kind of in between. Again, it's a life thing. It's
right.
But no, I'm just pumped to be a part of it. I know when we were kind of talking about what to do, where to play to do our kind of re-entry kind of show. When Kyle brought the monument to it and said he'd been in touch with you, I mean, all of us as a collective were just like, yeah,
without a doubt,
that's gonna be
that's
dope.
the one. It has to be that one.
Yeah.
One thing I would do if I had time travel is I had an opportunity to try to switch to the 5th. I would because it's a lava show.
I know,
but I didn't know. How the fuck am I supposed to know what Salava's doing? I don't give a shit.
Look, man.
I don't think a lot. Well, I'm not going to go.
No disrespect to Saliva.
Yeah.
but
No
I don't
disrespect to
Saliva.
Saliva. No disrespect to Conrad. No disrespect to the Blue Fox. But I don't even think they have one original member.
Oh, Saliva?
I don't know. I know that the vocalist ain't the same dude anymore.
Did that vocalist do a song with Chad Kroger?
But it's not that.
Well, I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
Was it the Hero
was.
song?
Sounds about
From
right.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
A
Man.
hero save us.
Not
Oh,
man.
How the fuck
Butt
could I have
rock.
forgotten about
I think, or maybe
so
it's
That's like a butt rock ballad, ain't it?
Hey.
I'm saying.
I'm no offense, Zachary.
Corey, can you fact check?
Hey, yeah, Corey.
Who sings
I
that
just
song?
can't believe that I must have literally erased it from
Saliva
my
dude?
memory.
It is Josie Scott.
All right.
Either way, that motherfucker
Is
ain't
Josie-
with that band no
No,
more.
he's not with him anymore.
Oh, okay, good. Because you want me to talk shit on Josie Scott and he rolls in here
Right?
on the
In here
floor.
with his fucking long soul patch.
You're like-
Saliva versus DixieFilth. The Battle of Old Town.
So what can we expect from a DixieFilth live show? I mean, is there what type of stage show you guys bringing? Is there going to be dancing,
No.
singing,
What?
pyrotechnics,
Shit, no.
midgets, jorts?
Midgets and
I would
jorts.
fucking love a midget in jorts with pyrotechnics.
You never seen Ashes of Everest?
Roman candles. And
Yeah,
midgets.
right?
Shout out Jamichael. I'm
Oh,
kidding.
man.
Hey, listen.
Hey, listen.
Jamichael is my homie.
Hey.
He gets all my crazy fanboy drunk texts.
Okay.
Yo, I love
Jamichael's the man.
He is.
I guarantee he's taller when he's laying down. All right. I don't know if you fucking saw when they had that show with Hollow Light, the last metal show that y'all did here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you fucking did that on purpose, Jamichael, but your fucking manhood was on show in them jorts that you had on.
Full
Yeah.
And
display.
every fucking girl in that
Yeah.
building had their phone out taking a picture of your fucking whatever you got going on down there, bud.
That's a classic move learned from the
like a
inspirational
fucking-
movie Spinal Tap.
Yeah, it looked like a fucking softball up in there. He was all curled up to the side, just slobbering and shit.
It's weird because he asked me, part of his rider was I need a girthy cucumber. I didn't know what it was for, but I'm glad we sorted
A
it.
girthy cucumber.
Oh my God.
But,
Whatever it was, it's working for you, bud. I'm not even kidding. I have two girls that are saying they're coming back just so they can see the fucking whatever the fuck he's got on there.
Oh
So
my
wear them
God.
jorts again, Jamichael. And make sure you put it all to the left like you did on the last one.
Oh, man, that's hilarious. I didn't notice. Good thing.
Bet you will now.
You
No,
will.
I'm not going to do it.
He's bulging for you.
No,
man.
I'm not going to notice. That, you guys are, it's too much.
He's from Bulgaria.
Hey. I think I know where that's at.
Nice. Yeah, sorry I was running a little bit late there. I was having to meet with the dude trying to talk about putting comedy in here, man. What do y'all think about that?
I like to laugh. If you couldn't
Yeah.
tell, we.
I haven't been to comedy shows. Yeah,
I ain't never
I
been
need
to
to start
one.
going to them. I said Sevierville as a child at Pigeon Forge or whatever.
What?
Oh man.
My parents would take me down there. Yeah. Oh, you said you were from Tennessee. What
I am
part,
from
dude?
Tennessee. So I'm kind of from all over Tennessee.
Okay.
My mom got married a handful of fucking times when I was little, and we kind of bopped all over Tennessee. But I'm a Smoky Mountain boy till I die. All right now. So right
Right.
up in there in Sevierville, Dolly Country.
Well, I was born in Bristol and lived
My
my
man.
life in Johnson City. pretty much
Would
my
you
whole life.
happen to be a Tennessee Volunteers fan?
Absolutely.
My motherfucker.
Dude,
How did I not know this about
greatest
you?
thing
With
happened
the
to
locked
me.
fingers.
Fuck Alabama.
Yeah, did you see the locked?
I saw that.
Yeah, it was an intimate moment.
Dude,
Maybe we
man,
should leave.
This
for
is
the-
rare
Let's
up here.
go, yeah.
This
Yeah.
is rare up here in Virginia, man. They don't understand, right? They don't get it, right?
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
It's rare to find this in Virginia. All right, everyone's a Hokie fan, which, by the way,
I went to
is a
Virginia Tech,
castrated
so-
turkey.
A hoagie is a castrated turkey.
No, there. Actually, you know what a hokey is? There is no such thing as a hokey. It was just part of it's part of the fight song, and they took a noise and they made it the mascot. That's a true story. And for some reason, they decided turkey. I went to Virginia Tech. I didn't like it. So I'm not like one of those people who gets all like, oh yeah,
What I will-
sports balls.
What I will,
Sports balls.
Sports balls better than your balls.
what I will say,
My balls better than yours.
what I will say about Virginia Tech, they got one of the coolest entrances in all college.
Oh, they got
football.
Metallica.
I don't know
bro.
how the fuck do they? You think they got to pay for that?
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
I don't think Metallica's
They
doing
got
diddly fuck.
you would be surprised how much alumni money
Yeah,
Virginia Tech gets
because they got to be paying out the ass to play that. You know,
Well, they have to
even
get a
16 times or whatever per year.
Sure.
I think they got to pay all the middlemen, BMI, ASCAP, CSAC, etc.
It's a cool
Based on
fucking entrance either way.
occupancy,
I'm kind of
It's awesome.
It's cool. Good for them.
But there's nothing like Tennessee football, dude.
You goddamn right.
Tennessee.
Listen to the man.
Maybe they get Saliva to do the
Yeah.
opening song. Yeah.
About that.
Get the fuck out of here.
Click.
Hey, so I was down here at Roma's watching the second half of this game the other day. Good God. And there's like 50 people from Winchester cheering that.
You damn right.
Tennessee's hot right now.
What'd you just say click, click, boom about? I was totally lost.
That was
right.
Zach
That
over
was
here.
Okay.
We're talking about using that Saliva as an intro song.
Oh, that would be gangster if you did that.
Would it?
I kind of, yeah.
It would be awesome.
Would it though?
You get some Chris Daughtry for your exit music.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Butt
any Daughtry
rock.
songs.
Hey, you
So
know
why
what?
is it called butt rock, man?
Where's
Listen
Alistair?
to it.
Where's
His
Alistair's the
dad
one that
wrote-
taught me about what butt rock meant? I
It's
don't
easy.
know.
It sounds like that's not true.
Is there? But you have to have a mock turtleneck while you're producing that type of music. Did you notice that they all had mock turtlenecks and soul patches? That was
Hey,
like
you know what?
And like a parted hair.
One of the best guitarists, metal guitarists in the world, plays for a butt rock band, Mark
Who?
Tremonti.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's what
That motherfucker can rip over anybody.
that's
That
the
dude
reason
can
I
rip.
play guitar.
Yeah,
Somebody else told me that was their favorite guitar player.
He's-
Toby.
he's fucking unreal, dude.
What?
He's unreal. I'm saying he's a fantastic talent.
Huh.
Tremonti.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you wouldn't. 'Cause he
I
didn't
mean,
really.
during Creed, I
I was
guess.
gonna say he surely didn't get to. Show
I mean,
it
I
off
can't
enough.
lie to you guys. In the year 1999, 2000, I might have listened to a few Creed songs.
he definitely had a couple of mock turtlenecks. That's for sure.
I did not have mock turtleneck.
Man, I would pay good
Yeah,
money
one
to
of them-
see you in a mock
He had the
turtleneck,
one
bud.
that zips up. You know what I mean? Like the thing.
What is a
Oh
mock turtleneck?
yeah,
with
bud.
the stripes on the sleeves?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Butt rock also is like, I think butt rock is the music for the sensitive tough guy. You know, for like
Yeah.
that dude who's like, yeah, like I just want to let you know that I got feelings with bass in my voice. You know, that
I always
kind
of pictured it as like the music for youth pastors.
Oh my God. Does
You know, the wife with the rhinestone jeans.
dude.
does anyone consider STP butt rock? Is that
Nah.
Nah.
That's
okay?
not.
Thanks.
That's
All right,
good.
cool.
That's
so
front-
what the fuck is butt rock, guys?
You got
Sam, go ahead, name them off, Kyle.
Creed. Oh, I mean, you
a
the
lot of
butt
manly,
rack,
man.
man.
Yeah.
We got Creed as a butt
All
rack.
right, we
man.
can all agree because it just doesn't
Creed's a
work.
butt-
That guy was an asshole.
Well,
Bald heads,
Creed.
soul patches, tribal tattoos.
Hold on. So Godsmack, are you saying that?
No, that's still in new metal, unfortunately. That's
Just-
a whole other fucking
was-
conversation.
Disturbed.
Nickelback.
Nickelback's
Nickelback,
butt
man, it's a
rock.
butt rock. They did. Yeah.
As
Rest in peace.
talented as they are, because they are talented. Shinedown is a butt rock band. All right. Skillet is a butt rock band.
Never owned a Skillet record. Shinedown is just I like
we
that
should do a
cover of
festival.
Simple Man was good. And did they do this? Staring down the barrel of a
Was that-
45.
Hey, look.
Bam,
Look, hey,
bam,
look.
bam.
That motherfucker could sing the phone book.
Yeah,
all right?
he's amazing. He can sing really well,
He
dude.
can. But I would love to hear him on something else. Not that.
Yeah.
Huh.
What I tell you what does cap my ass though is when people think that their cover of Simple Man is theirs. I'm like, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
How dare you?
I feel that there needs to come a time where they put a cap on how many times a song can get covered.
Yes.
Because, like, the amount of times that I've heard Tennessee Whiskey in this building is like innumerable.
The amount of people that think
we've
that's a
had-
Chris Stapleton song.
Well,
That's a cover.
Also wild. We had one night where 3 separate acts played Tennessee Whiskey.
That's
Hold
not.
on. Is that a Waylon song?
No, that's a George Jones song,
Oh,
isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh no, wait. That's a David Allen Coe song.
Corey
man.
to the fact check.
No. I changed
Who
it.
wrote Tennessee Whiskey?
Fact
Corey to the
Dave-
fact check machine.
David Allen Coe, Party Boy. That's who did it.
Yeah, probably. David Allen Coe. I remember listening to him in high school when I first discovered it.
Song by Chris Stapleton.
That bullshit.
Who wrote it, bro?
Dean Dillon.
Yeah, but who played it first?
Who's Dean Dillon?
Tennessee Whiskey is a country song written by Dean Dillon and Linda Hargrove.
Who?
Version recorded by David Allen Coe.
That's what I'm talking.
Boom.
See, get out of here. Come on now.
Good job, man. Way to be on it.
Shit.
Way to be on your country shit.
Hey,
bro.
David Allen Coe is a little bit of a sumbitch, but
They would revoke his Redman tobacco hat if he didn't get that one right.
you damn right they would.
Oh yeah, you got that on.
Then I'd have had to go to something else like Chattanooga Chew or some horse shit like that.
Grizzly.
Yeah. I'm surprised I'm not canceled for wearing this right now.
Oh,
Do you actually chew tobacco?
Yeah, loose leaf.
Wow, that's thug. Dude.
He dips though, and that's too much for me. I can't dip like. Yeah, I don't know. It's something about the fiberglass cutting into your gums that don't do it for me.
Yeah.
I'd rather chaw on some leaf.
did Red Man get canceled? That brand?
No,
It's still sold.
it's still sold,
I remember. Being
but
a
the
little kid looking
Washington Redskins did.
at- Yeah.
No.
No, I had a fix for that. All right, now listen. Y'all gonna listen to this and y'all gonna think that this is genius because it is. All right. You didn't have to change the name. You barely had to change the logo. All you would have had to have done, take out the Native American and put in a Redskin potato.
Yep.
All right. Tell me Tater Town is not gonna sell merchandise out the ass. All right. It is Tater time.
They
Washington Redskins.
give out bags of potatoes for fan day.
Dude, the Hogettes can go away.
Throwing potatoes on the
Spuds
field.
would do Spuds instead. They
Tater-
missed a massive merchandise crisis by completely changing
I
that.
think that the fundamentals of that whole organization, there's a lot more going on than just
Oh,
that.
for sure. I hope someone
But
buys it and turns them into the
It
Redskin
will
taters.
never ever happen.
You know, man, I think they made a fundamental error by not just rebranding everything ahead of the game. Or they could have done two things. One, they could have proactively a few years ago, before when it was just little rumblings of it's not a nice name, they should have just taken that name and surprised everyone and just put the arrow back on,
Yeah.
like from the throwback.
Yeah.
And just call themselves Warriors
Yeah.
before it became a problem, and it would have been fine.
Yeah, they could have
They
skipped
would
a
have
lot
sold
of
a
that
lot
shit.
of shit.
Yeah, they could have.
And it's the same thing. No one's gonna bother the Chiefs.
My vote is still
You know what
for
I mean?
Tater
They
Town.
could have gone like the foreskins.
Oh, get out of here!
Great name.
Yep.
And then like they could have like the tomahawk chop thing and like be like,
Oh
you know.
man, that's good.
They
That's
could have done
real
that,
good.
or dude, they could have just changed to match the rest of the DC colors, red, white, and blue, and just Went all out.
The XFL beat them to that.
ah,
Yeah. The Rock bought that. If y'all didn't know that.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's gonna be a thing next year. That's gonna be the third time they've tried to make that happen.
The XFL.
The
Yeah.
XFL though is the reason why we have that cool camera though that they have on the strings
That's
that
true.
goes like that was developed for the XFL.
That's true. Thanks,
That was-
Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Nice.
Vinny Mac, what's up, boy?
He's a fucking pimp.
He's the best, dude.
Is he?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, dude, tell me about this. How did we not talk about this?
Hmm.
Are you one of the Mountain Man wrestling leagues that travels around?
What?
You said you were
well, tell us about your.
you said you were a professional wrestler at some point.
Yeah.
All
Like
right,
before kids. I had kids and then it was like, all right, you're a hairdresser barber during the week and you travel and you wrestle on the weekends, but now you're a dad. So do you just not see your kids or do you be the dad that you always said you would be and do that?
Right.
So that's why I gave it up. But I don't know. What do you want to know about it?
You know, when I first said,
like, how do you go about doing that? Did you just wake up one day and
If I'm being honest, I quit high school. Sorry, brother. I know that's like a no-no in the podcast thing. Fuck with the mic. But I quit high school to go to wrestling school. I'm not kidding.
there's such thing as a wrestling school?
yeah, it's
there's
like
a lot of them,
it's a
man.
wrestling academy.
What?
A lot of pro wrestlers have a wrestling academy wherever they live locally,
Sure.
and you can like train under them. and
Killer
then-
Kowalski's,
Yeah,
man.
Killer
Yeah,
Kowalski
the Hart-
trained Triple H.
Yeah, Triple
Yeah,
H,
yeah, yeah.
Killer. Yeah, that was probably. Yeah, Killer Kowalski had the Hart Foundation.
Boy, that worked
Yeah,
out for him too, didn't it?
Mhm.
I wish I could fuck the boss's daughter and get the company.
Yo, that whole story is amazing though. If you
Isn't
ever
it?
if you ever get a chance to go down that rabbit hole. I mean, Paul Levesque, man, that dude's a
He knew what he was doing, and he's a stud. You can't deny it.
hey man,
Yeah,
not my cup of tea, but yeah, dude.
yeah. Me neither. Me
Sal-
neither.
Sal Bandini.
Sal Bandini, you want to wrestle? Tell me one of y'all have seen that Ready to Rumble movie.
Yep.
Oh my god.
He would be into it.
Oh, I love professional wrestling, man. Like
Me, Zach, and our vocalist George will quote Ready
Start
to
to
Rumble,
finish, dude.
start to finish, and no one knows what the fuck we're talking about.
dude. Yo, that movie almost got David Arquette killed. You ever
Yeah.
see that? Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Nicolas Gage almost. Man,
Yeah, yeah.
that's a wild, wild match to watch.
Oh, you're talking about Nick Cage.
Nick Gage, yeah,
Yeah, Nick Gage. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. That's
GCW.
yeah. Man, I watch. You ever
They
watch?
busted a light tube on him, and the shard broke weird and stuck him right in the fucking neck, like right where the jugular was.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
a little. The
Did he
video's a little
die?
suspect, man. It looks like he went for it, man. Like
I think
it looks.
he did.
I think he went to like
He
get
went
a little.
for it.
Well, I think
No,
he was
he-
tired of getting
light
like
tube-
shit on about everybody, and he wanted to kind of prove that, hey, I can do this.
So
I
how
wanna
that
do
goes
this.
is because of that movie, right? It got a lot of popularity in WCW. They actually let him
Yeah, he
win the
won.
legitimate WCW world title, which is a fucking huge no-no, disrespectful, whatever, blah blah blah. So he got shit on, right? But fast forward to whatever 2 years or whatever it was ago, he's like, all right, I'm gonna prove that I actually love this. And he actually only wrestled in the independent circuit. He didn't go high. He's like, I want to earn it. I want to show everybody that I earned it, and I don't take it for granted or whatever. And
Right.
he did. He did. It just unfortunately he almost fucking died too.
Dude,
Yeah.
I mean, he's a very good technical wrestler.
Yeah.
He's
He tried. And like, here's the thing, man. I respect the shit out of that. Someone
Sure.
that's like, fuck the money. In fact, here's a funny one for you. You'll probably like this, man. Someone yelled at him in a wrestling match. The local independent scene where there's probably like 200 people there maximum. Someone yelled in the crowd, "You're only doing this because you're broke." And he said, "Fuck you. I got friends money."
Nice.
Yeah. He's from his family's from Front Royal.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he's
David
yeah.
Arquette was born right down the street at the old Winchester Hospital. That's not a joke.
Does he ever come around?
No.
No, he denies it.
They
actually.
lived on a hippie commune in Front Royal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not kidding. It's not
What's
a joke.
going on around here, man?
Front
Dude, I'm
Royal.
telling you,
Every
man.
day I learn
This
something
is the
crazy new.
This is the place, my dude.
This is the hub. This is where MK Ultra is being, cultivated. This is where they do all those super experiments. Dude. You Google that stuff.
I was over here somewhere near Gore where some friends got married, and it was like a getaway for finding yourself corporate hippie retreat
Oh,
Sure.
with
surely.
a gigantic teepee, a mega teepee.
I believe that.
It's called a yurt.
A year.
He's like, it's called a yurt.
I'm gonna go mega.
Can we call it what it is,
teepee.
please?
It's a yurt.
What's up with that? And then is there a hippie commune? Somebody else was talking to me about hippie communes.
Yeah, there's a lot of hippie communes around here, man. There's a lot of hippies, dude.
Is this a thing?
Yeah, it's a real thing, man.
There's a lot of hippies, dude.
There's not just rednecks, man. You got a lot of hippies too.
Where
dude.
they at?
Winchester is diverse.
They're on
Just
communes,
follow-
Justin.
Just follow the patchouli scent.
Yes.
I'm not a huge fan.
You'll
of
hear the
patchouli,
drum.
bro.
You'll hear the.
Yeah.
It starts with the patchouli scent. Then
Yeah.
you'll hear the drum beat.
Yeah, damn dirt people.
Look, he's drumming. He knows.
He's one of them.
You got your bongo party, boy?
Wow, that's are y'all just messing with me? There's a thing around
No,
here. with
there's
hippie
real-
communes?
yeah, there's a
Well,
lot
how
of-
come where are they, dude? I don't never see them.
They're on the communes, man. They're
They're on
way
the
out in the fucking, I don't know, woods. I
They
don't
work-
know.
They work on a commune. They've got money.
They're looking for
They got-
ingredients for salves and shit. I don't know.
They got big bushes and
They're just out there. All right, man. Well, I'll have to go searching for them, I guess. Sometime
Dude,
see
we'll
what's
go out.
going on.
Just smell the, smell the
Follow your
patchouli.
nose.
You'll go.
It's
Yeah.
always knows.
There's a formula around here to create like and I'm probably everybody always just try to do this every decade or whatever to make Winchester like a music arts place. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. There
Has
is
there-
a
has
there
there
is
been
a
a big
music arts
effort?
college here.
I know, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But to make it for like, I don't ever think I've thought of it as a tourism spot for entertainment and music,
I think that
other than Apple Blossom. I heard about that.
They lay so hard on the fact that George Washington's headquarters is here, and think the fucking world wants to come to see that shit. And it's not that cool.
You know what's funny though? Is like,
We got a very Austin like vibe out here. Like
Starting to.
I've never
Yeah.
been to Austin, so I don't know.
I don't know what.
It's
There's
secret
a little bit of
there's-
Asheville stuff.
It's very country, but then they have secret rednecks. I mean,
Yeah.
secret hippies. Sorry, the secret,
See,
the secret hippie.
I've
commune.
always heard that Austin and Nashville are very similar now. Now,
Sure.
I grew up right outside of Nashville, and I can tell you that Nashville's a real different place now than where I grew up with. Like, when I grew up, Broadway wasn't always the safest place to go down, right? Like A lot of
Never been to Nashville.
a lot of cocaine, a lot of drugs, a lot of hookers, a lot of people just looking to get stabbed.
So how far is that drive?
It's 12 hours. No, it's like 10. But well, no, bro.
Depends on how much coke you done.
Now listen, it ain't like that no more. That's how it was when I grew up, right? Nashville has kind of always emulated whatever the current trend in country is, right? So in the 80s and the early 90s, it was very honky tonk, you know, the Alan Jacksons. It was fun, right? We obviously know what the state of country music is now, and it's fucking horseshit, right? So there's a lot of Chads, all right, in Nashville. And
a lot of Chads.
Chad country rock?
Yeah,
Chad rock?
Flat brim
Chad
dude, you know, just kind of talking with an accent, not really singing. There are no drums. It's just a drum beat. It's kind of, it's horse shit. I always call it country.
It's got a very, I feel what you're saying. I don't listen to country like as of my first choice, but I do like old stuff like David Allan Coe,
Of course.
like Dwight Yoakam, Alan Jackson.
But the stuff now is just flat out. There's no
it's
other,
like the butt rock of country.
There's no other way to say it. It's just like country music abortion. There's no other way to put it. Yeah. There's no other way to put it. But either way, that's what Nashville emulates now, right? So like it's not as fun as it used to be. But I've heard Austin still is. You know what I'm saying? Fun. So never been.
Do you listen to any of the local bands around here like Low Water Bridge?
Yeah, love them.
Yeah, dude, great.
Justin Carver, their pedal steel guitarist.
Yeah, he played.
Love him. He's he played in Gallows Bound.
Yeah.
But he did all of the work at our barbershop.
Oh, nice.
He's an incredible craftsman. He's also building us our ego boxes for the stage.
You gonna debut them?
But yeah, we
Nice.
just don't have any. We used to, we don't anymore. But he's building them currently. But yes, we know them. Riley Kearns, their drummer.
Sure.
They're all very good people. That's an awesome band.
Yeah,
There's no way that they're not going to eventually get seen by something or somebody. Same for Brennan Edwards.
I saw him.
local kid.
I saw him last night at On Cue. Actually,
He's fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah, really cool. He was actually on. He was on the podcast. I think I was out of town for that one, but
He hasn't been yet.
he hasn't been on it.
No.
Oh, we need to get him
He's
on. Man.
fan-fucking-tastic.
He's cool, man. He's
Yeah.
and he's a really cool dude too,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I saw him last night at On Cue. Yeah, I think to touch what I was trying to say is like this area seems to be developing its own sound.
It is, man.
You know, it's like
Yeah.
it's cool. It's kind of like it's got a rock influence. It's not all the way like rock. It's not all the way country. It's definitely not butt country.
No.
Or whatever. We should maybe make that. We should.
Wouldn't it be cool if people start moving here to try to get famous for music?
Well, brother, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Right?
This guy be the colonel right here.
You're damn right.
I keep trying to tell him he needs a bolo tie and a white suit.
I'm not wearing a bolo tie,
And he
bro.
needs to start tricking the shit out of young artists out of their money and rights.
How good's your foghorn leghorn accent, man?
Jeez. Hell
I
no.
do say so.
Not at all.
I see the potential in
This
it.
guy.
Why don't you come out and play here at the monument?
He looks. Hey,
That'd be hilarious, bro.
he looks really smart, but he's smarter than he looks.
I'm not
saying?
on-
I
think
know
about
that's
that.
right. I know that's right.
I can't spell hors d'oeuvres without having to like think about it. I hate that word.
What word?
Where's
Hors
the overs,
d'oeuvres.
man?
What's wrong with that word?
I just can't spell, dude.
He got.
Man, the biggest word I know is mayonnaise. I don't know.
Sometimes Chris, when we're trying to develop menus, uses words, and I go, "Stop it." How do you spell that word? What is the word you're saying, bro? Like, if it has anything to do with French or anything over there, like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I do the
Justin, that's
words.
the
He does-
Tennessee in you.
I know. It's like, what does that mean, man?
Yeah, but you put a spreadsheet
just
in front of this dude, and it's
put
like
pickles on it and call it
beautiful
that.
mind. He's like,
I'll tell you what, today we were working on something down below. We were trying to build this thing, and you should see the hunk of wall that got cut out.
The wall?
It's amazing.
Y'all just are like, fuck that
they've
wall.
been good. They've been getting it. With
Yeah,
they've been cutting
it's
the
like
shit out of
Noah's
the
Ark
concrete.
little mini door. It's huge, bro. I can't wait to have that. Like, Corey, we might have to consider doing alternate podcast sites when we get all these things going here, man. That'd be a really cool place to do it down there. You know,
That
what
would
I'm
be,
saying?
yeah. Cool idea.
And then we could sell more
Rooftop.
tickets for lower prices.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
up?
We should do a rooftop one, dude.
Ooh.
Oh, absolutely, man. That'd be
There
great.
it is.
Is there going to be like any sort of solar thing or
Clips.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Any of that.
You know that thing with the sun goes.
You know the thing? The thing.
Yeah, the thing with the sun, or one of those harvest moons, or whatever. That'd be tight to do that.
Ask the hippies on the commune.
Yeah,
There you
Yeah, I
go.
know they'll know what's going on.
Calling all hippies, calling all hippies. When is the next
All right.
celestial event?
So we're gonna wrap up. Thank you so much for coming, man. I really appreciate
It's been
it.
a pleasure.
And
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it.
look forward. Y'all have your merch. I feel
Hold
like you'd
on.
have
Taking
really
a
good
sip.
merch.
Yeah, we do. We have an abundance of old merch
Nice.
that we still have that we're going to be selling. We got a couple of some new merch stuff.
What was that number one seller that we were talking about earlier? There was one of them.
We're going to be selling DixieFilth cum rags. Because who the fuck wouldn't want that?
Yeah, I really had a great time with this show. I really want to commemorate this regularly.
Bro, it's damn near a one-time use, right?
Yeah.
And it's got to be black because you want to see the damage you did. Right?
Oh my lord!
Yeehaw!
I hear the professional wrestler coming out over here.
Shit.
What was your stage name, bro?
I had two.
Oh, okay, tell me.
So when you are a pro wrestler, when you're in pro wrestling like academy, you get given a name.
Okay.
You don't get to pick it. And the one that was given to me was Damien Stage. I don't know why. But
Damien Stage.
That was what, and that's what I'm mostly known as. But eventually, I got away from, the flips and the, all the top rope, high risk stuff and all the death match stuff that I was doing, and I just kind of leaned more in the Ric Flair side and just cheated and pissed everybody off to win. Fuck with the crowd constantly, and I went with a white trash gimmick called Kyle Van Zant, the long lost cousin of Ronnie Van Zant from Leonard Skinner.
That's amazing.
Although
I
Damien
like
Stage-
Kyle Van Zant. That's great.
Kyle Van Zant was a no count motherfucker. All right,
But it was
Yeah.
cool because me and Kyle's relationship early on, I was like, all right, he's going to Martinsburg, he's doing a wrestling show. Me and my other buddy were like, let's go watch him. I was like, okay, cool. So they come out and there's these like little kids, right, at this skate rink, right, and it's all the
Martinsburg skate zone.
family friendly place, and these little kids are going boo when they kick because they come out to Maylene and Sons of Disaster, just rowdy.
We come out the toughest John
Well,
Jacobs.
His partner John back then, like this, like probably 6-year-old kid was like boo, and John gets right in his kid's face and goes. I was like, "Yep."
That's awesome.
But their whole thing was like piss off the crowd as bad as you can.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I went to wrestling school, and when we got up here, when I moved here from Tennessee, we kind of like tightened everything back up with Luke Hawks, who wrestles for the NWA. He has his own wrestling promotion, Wildcat Entertainment in New Orleans, Louisiana. He's a constant on the Young Rock show.
Right.
He's on that. He also played Stone Cold Steve Austin on that. He was also the guy in the Logan movie who got the right through the top of his head, the bald dude.
Shit.
In the doorway.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
He kind of told us, like, y'all don't have to do everything that you're doing. You don't got to hurt yourself this much. You don't got to fuck your body up. You don't got to cut yourself up. He's like, just do what you're best at, and it's pissing people off.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. We just sent it home. The
Yeah, it was
easiest
cool.
thing you can do at an all-ages show is fuck with the kids.
Yep.
Right.
Because then the parents naturally
The
will get pissed.
whole building will hate your guts. It was like shooting fish in a barrel, man. Especially when you went north with
Right.
a gimmick like I had, right?
Oh yeah.
So me and my tag partner John that he was talking about earlier, nastiest thing we ever did is came out in a tag team. I had a big wad of chaw in my mouth, right? The loose leaf tobacco he was talking about. Get in the ring, ding ding, go to lock up. And I said, hold on one second. I pulled out my wad and I gave it to my tag partner. He popped it in his mouth.
Oh.
Yikes.
And it was just like a universal, like, ugh.
Oh yeah.
And it didn't matter if we didn't do shit the rest of the night. We got booze.
Yeah.
It's so simple, man. Especially in the north.
man.
Wow, that's awesome.
I'm glad that worked for you successly. When I do that at Chuck E. Cheese, man, they throw me out.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
DixieFilth in the house. See y'all soon.
Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
man.
It's not just the new venue in town. It's a monument to live entertainment.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
The Monument, the new premier concert and event venue in Winchester. 2 stories, state-of-the-art sound, delicious food and drink, and the best in live events. The Monument, on the corner of Loudon and Piccadilly in Winchester, and right at the cutting edge of live entertainment. Go to themonumentva.com. That's themonumentva.com for events, tickets, special offers, and more. The Monument. We'll see you at the next show.